Hi YouTubers, boy am I messed up. I just realized I was referring to yesterday as VEDA Day 2 and it was really VEDA Day 3. And today's VEDA Day 4. I'm going to have to put some kind of notes on my video from yesterday saying, oops, I don't know where I was. Anyway, today's VEDA Day 4. Um, and for SSS VEDA, Savvy Sexy Social, easy for me to say. At least it's about sisters. So I have a sister, and I will talk about her momentarily. Meanwhile, I do realize this is VEDA Day 4, and I do realize that yesterday was VEDA Day 3 now. So when I upload it, I'll just make notes on it and say just ignore the woman behind the mask. Anyway, um, so about sisters, yes, I have one. My sister and I grew up together. She's 2 years younger than me. I was the big sister. Um, Now, of course, being adults, we're both in our mid-50s and we are kind of equal. Obviously, it's no longer big sister, little sister, but we didn't get along that well. We were a lot different when we were kids. We, I mean, we were totally different when we were kids. But as we grew up, we weren't in touch a whole lot while we were in our college years. But eventually we grew up and eventually we came together and now we're pretty much best friends. We live a couple hours, 130 miles apart. But it doesn't seem to matter. We've been through a lot of stuff together. She has probably literally saved my life on at least a couple occasions, and I haven't needed to do that for her, but if I did, I would. So, but we each have our families and we each have our lives, but we're always like connected somehow. I know there's just some kind of like a rubber band between us. It stretches and stretches, but it always keeps us connected or something. Um, but that's my Veda for Sisters Day, I guess, which would be today, day 4. Yes, I know today is day 4. Um, I was so exhausted from last night, from the concerts and I mean it was unbelievable. I just can't even describe how fantastic the music was, how wonderful the performers were, the other people that were there. There's nothing like fellowship with a couple hundred other believers, and when Christians come together, we're family. We're already family. So, um, but there's the fantastic music. Of course, I've long been a fan of Southern gospel anyway. I love the foot stomping, hand clapping, love it all. Not so much bluegrass, but it's okay. But the good old Southern gospel quartets, and I just love it all. And they had some groups there that were, I can't believe the talent that's out there, especially in these kids. And of course, it was free. Um, they take up offerings, but they took up a couple offerings throughout the course of the night, which we gladly contributed to. But wow, what a amazing, amazing, amazing night. I mean, I can't, there's just no words. I know that God was with us. I know He was pleased with us. The setting was we were in a big, huge, like pavilion, but it was massive. A huge pavilion with a stage on front, and all the groups were on the front. We were sitting at a picnic table. The stage was in front. To our left, and across, the view was just rolling hills and trees, as far as you could see, just beautiful rolling hills and our northern Michigan pine trees, evergreens. And it was a beautiful setting, and it was stunning. At one point in the evening, we had a little bit of rain, and then that stopped. And then the people that were up there, the group that was up there, said, "You're looking at us, but you have to look," because they were looking out this way. "You have to look outside and see what we're seeing." It was just unbelievable. The sun was setting to the west, of course, which would have been to our right, but to the left, the way the sun was on those hills and on all those greens, all that wonderful green tree. It was like shadow and brightness and shadow and brightness, and it was something like I've never seen. But as far as you could see, that sunset was reflected on those hills and on those trees. Um, and at that point, several people said, "Oh, look, there is a rainbow." And sure enough, in the sky, going across these dark or these blue dark blue clouds from the rain, with the sun coming from the west under those clouds, along those trees, looking up, was this gorgeous, fantastic rainbow. And it was at the time we saw that was right when the group was about to begin singing How Great Thou Art. And there is absolutely, when you hear this perfect, amazing music that is so perfectly, absolutely descriptive of what the stunning scenery was outside, complete with the rainbow, which is God's promise to his people, his covenant that he made with us. It's a sign of his covenant, that, and just have it all come together like this. I mean, it was almost like God was saying, I am smiling at you. I am pleased with my children's worship and praise of me. And I mean, there's no other way to interpret something like that. It was, I mean, just thinking about it, there's no words. You just can't describe it. Um, and the covenant, in case you're not familiar, after the flood, when God destroyed the world, because the whole world had turned away from God and were choosing evil over following him. And of course, Noah built the big ark according to God's instruction and specification. After that, God said, never again will I destroy all of the people. Never again will I do this to the world, and destroy all the people. And of course, we know that instead he sent his son to save us from the evil that we now have the freedom to not have to partake in that. But anyway, or to not partake in. But he said, as a sign of my covenant with you, which a covenant is even bigger than a promise. I mean, a covenant is unbreakable, especially when it's with God, but it's unbreakable. He said, a sign of my covenant with you will be the rainbow, and that's what the rainbow stands for. And so whenever we see, the rainbow, we always, remember God's, that is the reminder that God has made a covenant with us. And to have that come in addition to this beautiful sunset that he was painting across the entire, as far as we could see, with the music, the swelling of How Great Thou Art with this amazing group. I mean, there's no way to describe it. The Holy Spirit is just inside, you can feel him in there saying, yeah, this is for you. Anyway, it was beyond wonderful. We got home about 1:30 in the morning yesterday from after being there. It was 6 hours, give or take a half hour at either end that we were there. I got home about 1:30, I think it was 1:37 in the morning. Once we got here, took care of the animals, and then went to bed. I was so tired today, though, with various health issues and stuff I have. I don't handle big days real well. It usually takes a couple, 2, 3 days to recover. And today was no different. We got up and, we did go to church. But they were having the monthly potluck after the service, and we didn't go to that. I came home, took naps. I slept for about 2.5 hours. My grandson was here. He was napping, and my husband decided to nap. I think he was going to nap in his recliner, but he knew he would be going to bed later anyway because he works tonight. Took a nap. My grandson took a nap. I don't know what the cat has on the floor down there. That's what I'm looking at. And I got up and just too wrung out. There's that wall of exhaustion. Sometimes you just hit that wall and you can do no more, and that's where I've been today. Everything is supreme effort, and some things I simply can't do whether I want to or not. But took care of my birds, and then we went and grabbed a bite for dinner. And then we came back here. My husband went to bed. My daughter came and picked up my grandson. I have the evening to myself, but I will be going to bed as soon as my husband gets up, because tomorrow I work. I just have to try and get as much rest as I can to recoup whatever from yesterday. It was all worth it, though. It was just unbelievable. Anyway, this is VEDA day 4, no matter what I said on day 3 when I was calling it day 2. But this is day 4, and thanks for listening. Thanks for watching. Like it if you did like it, and subscribe if you want. And I'm looking forward to tomorrow being able to, while I'm working, hopefully being able to watch all the videos from everybody else doing the VEDA that I have missed this weekend because I've been so busy. So God bless. Remember, we are blessed so that we can be a blessing to others. And I will talk to you tomorrow. Thanks. Bye.